Bum, 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 bum. Here's Johnny. Thank you. Well, hello there, social media family. Been up any subscribers, and as well, or likewise, or whatever it said. Any visitors, yes, subscribers and visitors, or persons among yourselves who are affiliated or associated with and are representing my own YouTube social media channel, and likewise, sorry, I'm repeating certain combinations of words, being of which mean practically and or possibly the same thing. Never claim to have become or be an English major. So how much less have I ever claimed to have become or be an English professor? So therefore, excuse, pardon, or forgive me for butchering the English language as we have it, of our own adopted tongue, of the American dialect, with all of its grammatical usages being some of such qualities and quantities. But getting back to some of such others, I think of it with that in my mind's intention to try to backtrack here with reason or purposes being, or so I can go on to follow and to continue for where my person had last left off, so I can finish up as a complete a form of previous prior line thought, and in that same or similar sense of word. And so far as the basic intro as an introduction, as well as salutation or greeting, you know. And then there's the footnotes that you all could possibly become subjected to experiencing or witness. And last but not least, I would present onto your persons that being the subject matter at hand, being of which would complement the name title as you see it, notice or witness for yourselves. So I say to more than quite a few of you, or one and all, being on my social media family, or being any subscribers and or visitors affiliated, associated with, and representing that being my own YouTube social media channel, and likewise chat on the comment section. Then how are you all doing? Hopefully each and every one of you is doing okay. That's you and yours, your different families and family members, as well as yourselves and your friends for your different households. As hopefully everyone is doing and feeling quite well, or okay, if not there yet to be said, or say it and stated for the record, all right, or not best of all to be said and stated. So far as consider yourselves to be blessed in stress, more blessed in stress, or too blessed to possibly become or be stressed. You and yours, your family and friends, and hopefully me and mine. And it's same or similar so line of thought. But then I myself am not feeling too great at the moment, due to some such rather extenuating circumstances, being a case of situation or more or less a worst case scenario of events with this one particular public nuisance of a problem neighbor, or one like my present proverbial neighbors from damn hell, characters of worse or worstest ones yet. And within this here being one of the worst or worstest of vicinity area neighborhood communities within some such city limits as we have it for the city of metropolitan Chicago, Illinois, USA, and for the Midwest, for our own, suppose the so-called Democratic Republic or democracy upon the North American continent, and or for the Western Hemisphere. Whereas this joker, this stupid and sick dinosaur turd of a social reject of a prehistoric Neanderthal or bonehead or butthead caveman character, if not equal as well to be said and or stated for the record of someone or such a one being of whom is or who could possibly be brain dead or brainless. Well, I know he himself is demon possessed, and he must be kind of gay, homorous, or faggoty, if not literally or actually a closet faggot. And no offense or disrespect is meant to be directed at the much more familiar faggots, whereas he himself represents less manhood than a much more familiar faggot or than the average one. You know, being of this one drug pusher and a dope dealer of a neighbor from down hell, being of the very one who is continuing to attempt to give me the business as he himself goes about violating his apartment rental lease, and all the while at the same time disregard or disrespect my rights and privileges as his fellow neighbor of some of such other resident or another tenant. And this has been going on for quite a while now. You know, may as well be said and on stated for record too long, or for as long as I have been here, or for as long as I remember or care to remember, for that matter. But then, nevertheless, I really don't. You know, and whereas most recently I have had to call the police again because he continues to go about with his shenanigans. Well, that's not the half of what I meant to say, but I think you all get the general idea of what I'm trying to say. Read between the lines, fill in the blanks. You know, I mean, with all his ungodly, godless, devilish, demonic, demon-possessed 2 cent power plays, being of the same creepy, cowardly, and or faggoty neighbor from down hell, being one of the local drug pushers and dope dealers, you know. Whereas he blasted his music, his loud nigga rap music, all throughout the night. He's still playing it, you know. Last I had checked, within the last few minutes. Causing me, man, I myself, yours truly, to not only lose sleep, but whenever I can or could possibly finally go to sleep to get my beauty rest after he would have, you know, kept me up all night, practically and possibly. From there, I would find myself waking up late and starting my day off late. And I don't appreciate that, you know. Like I say, it's a violation of his apartment rental lease, and it's showing total disregard or complete disrespect for my own rights and privileges as his fellow neighbor, and causing me to have to dial that emergency number of 911 to alert the local police authorities or call the cops, to simply say, so that they could speak to this male character, you know, and as well as I would think to make contact with the after hours real estate representative management personnel for these here premises of properties for a building address location to inform them that this bonehead butthead caveman character is going out and going all out his way as he's going at it again to attempt to make my life a living damn hell, continuing to harass, intimidate, persecute, or terrorize and traumatize me, you know. And whereas you would have to be a really ugly or evil person to continue to, you know, give a fellow neighbor the business, you know. And after one, I would want to be nodding out somewhere for premises properties, you know, for a local neighborhood free eating spot of a soup kitchen that could possibly moonlight as a food pantry, just because this one joker, he has it in for me. And hmm. so I'm like, wow, because I had called the police on him just the other night, and I had to do it last night, and like this has become like now a nightly habitual practice with him, you know, to attempt to cause me to lose sleep, you know, then because he's disappointed, disgusted with his lifestyle preference that don't or doesn't necessarily have to mean that he has to bring me down with him, you know. Anyway, though, I call the police and they come out and discuss matters with him. Only for the very moment that they leave, depart the premises of properties, go out the building, he just turned up the volume once again, you know, because he's an idiot, sickle. Not to mention a demon possessed, faggoty kind of Peter Pan guy, fellow dude, you know, with a severe mental disorder, serious mental problem. Because I'm trying to, you know, figure out how is it that he himself is like attempting to justify his harassment, intimidation, or persecution, or terrorizing and traumatizing me, or attempting to do so, because I have never said anything to him, even so, not to mention done anything wrong to him, to offend him, to disrespect his person. All I ever done was complain, as in stated my grievances to the management of the building, being a administrative real estate personnel, the proprietors, landlords thereof, and then, call the police at some such given time when he really gets to getting out of hand. And I think that the same character had the nerve to speak to me the other day, give me a greeting of, hey, neighbor, hello there. I'm like I believe it when you really try to make a change for the better. If I could witness that, you're a person, trying to think to grow some of such balls and be associated with, if really associated with, or representing real manhood, you know. Because if anything, although I was trying to give him the benefit of the doubt, but with all things considered, I kind of figured that, he just complimenting that one vintage classic pop culture song number, smiling faces, show no traces of the evil that lurks within. And sure enough, he complimented that. Man, yeah. So I'm like, what's his problem? Why you gotta blast your music through the night and cause me to, you know what I'm saying, to lose sleep like so. Yeah, so that is what's going on in my life at the present. This one demon possessed dinosaur turd of a fairy Peter Pan drug pusher and a dope dealer still at it, you know, still at it, I say. And and I think that all I wanted to do was wind down for the weekend and try to relax and so forth. And I would hate to be sitting in one of those free eating spots or the soup kitchen, being one that moonlights as a food pantry compared to other ones that don't. And some or such or certain ones of those characters in there get to attempting to take advantage of, my nod or nodding like I'm going into slumberland and then attempt to pick my pocket, God forbid, you know. with all that fast hand kleptomaniac action, you know. And I'm in my minute. Oh, I have 15 more. Okay. Yeah, so I have got some resentment behind this, what he's putting me through, you know. I mean, nobody should have to become subjected to experiencing sleep being taken away from them for one night, coming from the likes of a dickhead prick, as that means that woman said, no, that's unfair. Come from the likes of a chump or a wuss, as he himself is, you know. Yeah, nobody should have to. Yeah, nobody should have to put up with that. I'm sorry, I'm not now for sure. I had to give me a cup of coffee, few cups of coffee for that matter. Especially if I'm sitting in the atmosphere for one of these soup kitchens and somebody of another male of the same sex is attempting to make with the fast hands. You know, nah, homie, don't play that. I cannot G for that kind of. Well, it was bad enough somebody was going about bothering with my belt because I had my apartment keys tied up to it. You know. Uh, Excuse me again. You know, you are. Yeah. I mean, this male character, you know, of a neighbor, proverbial neighbor from down hell. I guess he figured being it because in his rather twisted, warped, wicked mindset, he couldn't, you know, unravel me before, so he'd try it now. Yeah. Well, there I go again. I don't know what somebody gonna say. Yeah, so I'm like, wow. Seriously, though? When you give me all this business, seriously? I mean, yeah, I have to get that cup of coffee or something. Some water. Yeah, this is the same character at one time or another. He's outside my apartment door in the hallway, and he like saying, "I'll kill your bitch ass," you know. In more words or less, or he'll get somebody. I'm like, wow, that sounds like a threat. That most certainly, definitely. I'm like, oh no, you didn't. Did you just go there? Did I just hear what you just said outside my apartment door? So I like saying, well, that's grounds for me to dial the emergency number 911 now, because you just verbally threatened me again, you know. And then there was a time he was seated out on the stoop outside the building, whereas I didn't see him all week that given moment time for a time frame period. Like he was plotting, scheming, scamming, you know, going about with monkey business or demonic activity, demonic demon possessed, godless or ungodly activity, like he was building up for the final finale. So come the weekend, he shows up out of nowhere, like he's attempting to spook me. And I'm walking the sidewalk outside the building. He's sitting on the stoop for these friends of properties. And he's like, we good, we good. You know, he trying like he tell me spook, we good, we good. I said, yeah, I guess so. So what's up? They're talking all that behind your apartment door. I'm like, well, I'm out here now. I'm like saying, I'll be damned if you're gonna attempt to, make me feel like a hermit. You know, I'm like, I'm thinking from there, man, I didn't see you all weekend. You gonna pop up out of nowhere come the weekend to attempt to spook me, whereas I was trying to give you the benefit of that you're trying to leave this here alone. I'm like saying from there, and you must be smoking your poisonous merch that you be selling to your gullible fool customers, so far as your bogus drugs, And craziness is insanity is to do the same thing and expect different results. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, wow, seriously though? I mean, he invests so little and expect to, you know, get so much out of his 2 cent power plays. It must be the third time I nodded a little. Yesterday I slept. After he did the same, I slept until, what was it, noon? No, sometime afternoon. Maybe about half an hour, or hopefully not an hour and a half after the noon hour. That's like half the day has passed. I'm like, man, seriously though? He figured that because he disgusted and disappointed with his lifestyle preference as one of the local riffraff of the rank and file of the criminal elements, he would attempt to throw a monkey wrench in my program for my own personal survival by attempting to inconvenience me in some such given moment in time with all that on his part. Yeah, so I haven't been sleeping like I should be sleeping at regular hours, because of this jerk loser, coming off like some kind of lunatic, maniac, psychopath, sociopath, a real life Hannibal Lecter wannabe, character like this other neighbor, you know. I'm like, what in the world? I mean, after the Boys in Blue had come out, you would think that would have squashed some of the stuff, but he figured, well, at least I can, blah, 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 you know. So he wouldn't give me, attempt to give me the business, as usual. I mean, it's crazy what this joker is attempting to put me through, He figured if he couldn't, you know, like come at me in a major way, then he'd come at me in a minor one. You can't go about with the maximum, you go with the minimum, like a dripping water faucet, or something. And there was one time now he's running down the sidewalk as a pedestrian as I had left the building, and he wasn't running down the sidewalk like himself is implying, you know. Yes, I need the fourth time. I'm thinking maybe somebody's putting some knockout gas in my place. I wouldn't doubt it, especially if it's him doing something. So it's been one of the local drug pushers, a neighbor from down hell who was just a couple few apartment doors down from them my own, But then, as I said and stated for the record before, so I reiterate, and let me repeat myself, I have never done anything or said anything to this male character for him to bring all these hostilities my way. And whoever the father or stepdad that sexually assaulted, raped, or molested him, he needs to go see a shrink about that. You know what I mean? Yeah, so I'm about to close out shortly. As you all know, I would give you the basic intro as an introduction, and then a salutation greeting, and then there's a footnotes, and last but not least, I will give you the social media content of the video, you know, for that of some. Yeah, so I'm feeling kind of like right. Y'all know what I'm saying? Was it just me? I don't know. Different person, they have different, unique physical body attributes for that person, like two snowflakes are never alike, you know, to put forth a good example. I'm saying, yeah. But then, as a backtrack here, we no purpose being on, so I go on to follow to continue from where and when my person at last left off, so I can finish up as a complete form pre fry line talk. Same so since the word West, you know, as I'm closing out, I say, as you all know, I would give you the basic interaction introduction, the footnotes and citation greeting, and then from there I would, speak my piece, you know, give you all my thoughts upon some such a subject matter, topic of discussion to be debated or given an argument with the many different views and opinions to be affiliated or associated with, and therefore recognize that. And depending on, oh yeah, one more, hold up. First of all, let me interject this here. And then after I would, well, depending on whether I myself am, employing the uses of using free public Wi-Fi or my own personal private Wi-Fi, that would determine decide, you know, how many less or how many more subject matters I could discuss. You know, I could speak my piece upon a subject matter here and there, or this one and that one. Then a combination of some such, or debate topics of discussion, and give you all the full money of my own personal views and opinions, and or in saying similar so line thought ways that would determine decide, you know, how much longer, because if I'm on a free public Wi-Fi that is of a nature otherwise, then I don't have so much time allotted to me. But on the other hand, if I'm on my own personal Wi-Fi, not only can I speak upon more subject matters because it wouldn't be designated for me to get off of a public library computer or have to get another ticket, to use theirs. But then from there, I could, all the same, speak as long as I want, much longer, than on vice versa. And then last but not least is what I was about to say. And do say so now, stay for the record. I will share with your persons the gospel message of our Lord and Savior, the Christ, the Lord of Lords, the King of Kings. Yeah, all right. Let's speak on some such. About to nine, listen, consecutive nine. But anyway, last but not least, I will share with you all the gospel message, what I meant to say. Yeah, I paraphrase the quote exactly, as I try to do for, or hopefully I have done so, or did for the majority of most of the social media content or broadcast videos in my collection, and hopefully more than quite a few will become on your collection, your own personal collection. Then last but not least, I will share with you all the gospel message by saying in more words or less. If you haven't gotten Christ as your personal Lord and Savior, I will hope that you would think to do so now while the blood is still running warm in your veins, by recognizing and realizing what he himself had done or did upon the cross, Calvary, on the hill of Golgotha, suffering at the hands of Roman soldiers upon the orders of their superiors, religious, political, militarists, and otherwise, etc. But then, nevertheless, was he went to that cross of Calvary to become the perfect sacrifice, the only sacrifice for you as well as for me. Don't steal my trademark, Jack. Sure, I'm going to have to copyright it sometime, being of a physical nature, unless I want to risk it being plagiarized. Whether any of us, being of whatever race and whatever walks of life, faction of society, lifestyle preferences, being in the old, young, like both two sexual genders, the male and female, that they're the only two sexual genders. And as we are foreign species, affiliated, associated with, and represent not only that being the same question in the form of prime mentioned, but then likewise we're also saying that the global international community within this post 911 era of these here supposed so-called, or this here supposed so-called post-pandemic then and age, for this here new millennium of this apocalyptic one, in which the doomsday clock, the stress levels of the different nations and countries that possess ICBM missiles of mass destruction is at a quarter minute. I mean, is it, my bad, correction. Prince of Peace continue regular, my man, compared to how the Prince of Darkness confuse myself, but it is at a couple few minutes to midnight compared to how formerly previous prior to them was supposedly at a quarter midnight for these rather biblically prophetic times. You know, and whereas if any of us profess faith in Christ, from there we will become or be blessed in one regard or another. More ways one. First and foremost, with this salvation being the only fire insurance against the lake of fire down hell. And then second of all, with his deliverance. First, you have got to get his salvation, otherwise you have nothing coming so far as blessings is concerned. And if you make that transition for the great beyond or hereafter, afterlife, your final destination will be the lake of fire down hell, to be tortured and terrorized by the devil and the demons, to burn forever there, compared to how we as believing God will be across that great divide that separates heaven from hell, and in the company of God and his angels, as well as company and present like man beliefs. You all take care. We out. Peace.